What if Sasuke was in Demon Slayer? Now, I want to skip most of Season 1 because nothing really changes there. Tanjiro's family still gets murdered by Muzan. He comes home, sees Nezuko turned into a demon, grabs her, and tries to get her help. Giyu shows up, fights him, and tells him to go train with Urokodaki. Tanjiro trains, goes to final selection, defeats the hand demon, comes back for Nezuko, defeats the swamp demon, the drum demon, and everything else in Season 1. He meets Zenitsu and Inosuke, and everything plays out the same all the way up to Mount Natagumo. Now, just like my Gojo and Sukuna what-ifs, I always introduce the character I'm bringing into the Demon Slayer universe at Mount Natagumo. So now we need to decide which version of Sasuke we're using. I want to use Sasuke after the final battle with Naruto, but there's a problem. Sasuke loses his arm after that fight. So instead, we're using a version right before that, but without the tailed beasts. That means no controlling the tailed beasts like he did against Naruto. So this is basically end of series Sasuke with both arms, no tailed beasts. He's around 17 years old, and this is Sasuke at his absolute peak. And I know people always say Naruto wasn't trying to kill him, or Naruto had more power, but let's be real. Naruto had half of Kurama and relied heavily on that power. Sasuke had to grind and build his strength all the way up. They both had 6 paths power. Sasuke earned his strength the hard way. Now let's quickly go over Sasuke's abilities. He has the Mangekyo Sharingan, which gives him Amaterasu, black flames that burn until the target is completely gone. And yes, I know in Naruto people somehow always escape Amaterasu, which is kind of dumb, but in the Demon Slayer verse, this ability would be insanely broken. He also has Kagutsuchi, which lets him fully control Amaterasu, shape it into arrows, spikes, shields, weapons, anything he wants. That alone already makes him deadly against demons. He has the Rinnegan, meaning he can do everything Pain could do: chakra absorption, gravity manipulation, and space switching. He can also swap positions instantly, which is huge in combat. On top of that, he still has Susanoo, lightning release, Chidori, fire style, great fireball jutsu, and all of his natural combat intelligence. Sasuke is extremely smart, tactical, and always analyzing his opponent. That's basically the version of Sasuke we're using. I'm not gonna over-explain everything. If you haven't watched Naruto, go watch it. It's one of the best series ever. Now, Sasuke is a demon slayer in this timeline. I know he went down a villain path in Naruto, and I could make a separate what-if where he's evil, but I want this version to be good Sasuke, since by the end of Naruto he's on the good side. So this is Sasuke as a demon slayer. Sasuke is already a Hashira. The Ubuyashiki family sends him to Mount Natagumo because they believe there's a lower moon demon there, since a lot of demon slayers are getting killed. Instead of sending Shinobu and Giyu, they send Sasuke. Now, Sasuke isn't as fast as Gojo, since Gojo can literally teleport. Sasuke doesn't have that kind of teleportation, so he has to actually run there. It takes him a bit longer than Gojo, but that doesn't really matter, because in raw power, Sasuke is still insane. When Sasuke arrives, he immediately starts clearing demons. He kills the mother spider demon, the demon Shinobu killed in the original timeline, and the regular spider demons. By the time Tanjiro and Inosuke finally reach the mountain, Sasuke is already dealing with the father spider demon. Because Sasuke showed up so early, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu barely even encounter any demons on the way up. Sasuke's already handled most of them. Using his Sharingan and Rinnegan, Sasuke senses the strongest presence on the mountain and immediately knows it's Rui. Rui never even gets the chance to mess with Nezuko. Sasuke goes straight to Rui, and honestly, it's not even close. Sasuke can cut through Rui's threads easily. He can shock him, hit him with Chidori, burn him alive with Amaterasu, or just overwhelm him with raw power. Rui can regenerate, but Amaterasu never goes out, and Rui has no way to absorb chakra, so he would just keep burning and regenerating until he dies. Sasuke ends the fight quickly and kills the lower moon. After that, Sasuke notices Tanjiro standing there with a demon. Normally, Sasuke wouldn't care and would just kill the demon, but before he does anything, the crow arrives and tells him to bring Tanjiro and Nezuko to the Hashira meeting. At the Hashira meeting, Sanemi and Obanai still mess with Tanjiro. Sanemi still stabs Nezuko. The Ubuyashiki family steps in and tells them that's enough. Giyu and Urokodaki vouch for Tanjiro, and Tanjiro is allowed to stay. Now, just like in my other timelines, Tanjiro goes wherever Rengoku goes. Normally, that would be the Mugen train, but this time, things change. Since Sasuke just finished a major mission and handled it easily, the Ubuyashiki family sends Sasuke Uchiha to the Mugen train instead of Rengoku. Sasuke defeats the speed demon guarding the area and boards the train. Tanjiro never shows up at the Mugen train in this timeline. Tanjiro wants to learn more about Hinokami Kagura, so he goes wherever Rengoku is instead, either training or on a different mission to ask him about it. On the train, Sasuke quickly figures everything out. With his Sharingan and Rinnegan, he can immediately see that the entire train is part of Enmu's technique. He finds Lower Moon 1, Enmu, almost instantly, and kills him without any trouble. Sasuke is fast enough to cut off Enmu's head immediately, and if the train tries to derail, he can just use Susanoo to stop it. After Enmu is killed, Akaza senses a powerful presence in the area and moves in, trying to sneak attack Sasuke from the forest. Sasuke either dodges the attack attack or blocks it by pulling out Susanu's ribcage. Breaking through a Susanoo ribcage requires insane strength, comparable to Naruto's, so while Akaza is extremely fast, he doesn't have the raw power needed to break it. Sasuke starts messing with Akaza, saying things like, "This is an upper moon? You've got to be kidding me." Akaza gets serious immediately and goes all out trying to kill him. At that point, Sasuke decides he's done playing. Knowing Muzan is watching, he fully manifests Susanoo, grabs Akaza and kills him outright. With Upper Moon 3 dead, Muzan realizes there's someone incredibly dangerous out there, possibly even stronger than Yoriichi. Because of that, Muzan calls an Upper Moon meeting, since losing an Upper Moon is something that can't be ignored. Sasuke returns and explains to the Hashira what it was like fighting an Upper Moon. He tells them the truth. Even knowing how Akaza fights doesn't help much, because none of them have Sasuke's abilities. He makes it clear that fighting an Upper Moon is on a completely different level. And now, with that, we move into the Upper Moon meeting. Now for the Upper Moon meeting, Muzan tells them this is a whole new level of threat. He says this person might even be beyond Yoriichi's level. Hearing that, Kokushibo immediately gets excited and wants to fight Sasuke right away, but Muzan shuts that down. Now that Upper Moon 3 is dead, the rankings shift. Kokushibo stays Upper Moon 1, Doma stays Upper Moon 2, Hantengu becomes the new Upper Moon 3, Gyoko moves up to Upper Moon 4, Gyutaro and Daki move up to Upper Moon 5. That leaves Upper Moon 6 empty, meaning Muzan will eventually need to replace that final spot with a new demon. After the meeting, we cut back to Tanjiro. Tanjiro continues going on missions and learning more about the Hinokami Kagura. Then we move into the Entertainment District arc. Since Sasuke isn't involved there, everything plays out the same. Tanjiro fights Upper Moon 6, unlocks his Demon Slayer mark, and that arc ends normally. Then we get to the Swordsmith Village arc. Tanjiro meets Mitsuri, Muichiro, and Genya, trains with the doll, and everything plays out the same there too. Both Hashira in that arc awaken their Demon Slayer marks, so from that perspective, nothing major changes. And now we move into the Hashira training arc. Now, the Hashira training arc doesn't really change either. Sasuke knows he's way too powerful for it because he already took out Upper Moon 3 pretty easily. Because of that, he would think he could take out Muzan and even Kokushibo pretty easily as well. So Sasuke wouldn't really try to get the Demon Slayer mark. He would just be boosting his abilities and preparing for the attacks. Then, the Ubuyashiki finally comes out with their plan, and Ubuyashiki sacrifices himself. Muzan arrives, gets blown up, and sends everyone into the Infinity Castle for the Infinity Castle arc. Now for this part, just like always, I want Sasuke versus Kokushibo. Sasuke lands right in front of Kokushibo, and they start a 1 versus 1 fight. Kokushibo throws out a huge moon-breathing slash, and Sasuke uses the Susanoo ribcage to block it. Every time Kokushibo tries to launch another attack, Sasuke switches places with him using his Rinnegan, so the attack hits Kokushibo instead of Sasuke. Sasuke basically just completely dogs on Kokushibo. He goes hand to hand with him, throws him into Genjutsu just to toy with him, and keeps saying things like, "This is your strongest?" Before finishing him, Sasuke tells Mitsuri, Genya, Sanemi, and Gayome that he has this fight handled and tells them to go find another Upper Moon. So Sanemi would go to the Upper Moon to fight to help Shinobu against Doma. Gayome would go with him, and together Sanemi and Gayome finally kill Doma. Zenitsu versus Kaigaku still ends the same way too, since that's basically fate, with the Zenitsu winning using 7th form. Then we have Nakime, the Biwa woman, fighting Yushiro, Mitsuri, and Obanai. Yushiro eventually takes control of the Infinity Castle, but Muzan notices and kills Nakime, and Yushiro gets everyone out of the Infinity Castle for the Sunrise Countdown arc. Now this part becomes way easier. Muzan is already getting weaker, and his fighting level is comparable to Upper Moon 1, Kokushibo, who Sasuke already defeated. So Sasuke decides to make sure Muzan can't run away, and he traps him in a massive Genjutsu. It puts a huge strain on Sasuke's eyes because it lasts so long, but it keeps Muzan trapped until sunrise, and Muzan dies. If Sasuke really wanted to, he could just go all out and completely destroy him, but he just waits for the sun, and that basically ends the timeline. Not a lot of people awaken the Demon Slayer mark in this version. Only Giyu, Mitsuri, Muichiro, and maybe Gayome end up unlocking it. After everything, Mitsuri and Obanai get together, Shinobu and Giyu get together. Most people survive in this timeline. The only ones who might die later would be Shinobu if her crushed lungs don't heal, and Gyome because of the Demon Slayer mark. Anyone else who has the mark, like Mitsuri and Muichiro, would still die at 25, obviously. So I really hope you guys like these timelines. Let me know what you think. Make sure you go vote on the posts, and make sure to join the YouTube channel for early access. I also do live streams every week where we do big watch parties of my recent videos, and I talk with you guys in the chat, so make sure to join the stream.